Today, we're going to explore the tallest skyscrapers on each continent. This will only cover the number 1 tallest buildings on each specific continent. This will reveal a secret about Africa that might have eluded many. What number do you think Africa's tallest building is in this ranking? Of course, anyone will guess it will be the last, but this will shock you. Before we delve in, please subscribe, share, and like our video. The number 1 continent is Asia, city is Dubai, and the skyscraper as obvious is Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa, located in Dubai, is one exemplary work by the masterminds of humanity. It is the world's tallest building and an incomparable feat of design and construction. It has embodied the vision of transforming the city from a deserted land to a global hotspot for tourists and the economy. It represents the triumph of skills and imagination yet impeccable wonder. Completed in 2010, it took 6 whole years for this massive endeavor to open to the public finally. Described as both a vertical city and a living wonder, Burj Khalifa, developed by Dubai-based Emma Properties PJSC, is the world's tallest building. Rising gracefully from the desert, Burj Khalifa honors the city with its extraordinary union of art, engineering, and meticulous craftsmanship. The design was inspired by a regional flower, the spider lily. At 828 meters or 2,716.5 feet, the 200-plus-story Burj Khalifa has 160 habitable levels, the most of any building in the world. The tower was inaugurated on January 4, 2010, and is responsible for a number of world firsts. The tower became the world's tallest man-made structure just 1,325 days after excavation work started in January 2004. Burj Khalifa utilized a record-breaking 330,000 cubic meters of concrete, 39,000 tons of steel reinforcement, 103,000 square meters of glass, and 15,500 square meters of embossed stainless steel. The tower took 22 million man-hours to build. At a certain point in the architectural and engineering process, the original Emma developers experienced financial problems and required more money and economic funding. Sheikh Khalifa, the then ruler of the United Arab Emirates, granted monetary aid and funding, hence the changing of the name to Burj Khalifa. The Burj Khalifa set several world records, including one, tallest existing structure, 829.8 meters. 2, tallest structure ever built, 829.8 meters. 3, tallest freestanding structure, 829.8 meters. 4, building with most floors, 163. 5, world's highest restaurant. 6, world's largest light and sound show staged on a single building. The number 2 continent is Europe, the city is St. Petersburg, Russia, and the skyscraper is Lakhta Center Tower. Sitting at 462 meters tall, the Lakhta Center is the tallest building not just in Russia, but in Europe, and serves as the headquarters for global energy giant Gazprom. The multifunctional complex is situated along the coast of the Gulf of Finland and has become an architectural centerpiece within St. Petersburg's central business district. The 330,000 meters squared complex includes commercial office space, as well as retail, leisure, and residential developments, all situated on a 17-hectare brownfield site, and offers a car park with a vehicle capacity of 2,000. The tower's organic spire shape symbolizes the power of water, while the standout glass facade allows the building to change color depending on the position of the sun, giving the impression of a living object. The building's design incorporates several innovative efficiency features, including an intelligent glass facade that provides both natural ventilation and thermal insulation, and specially designed microclimate air conditioning. 16,500 pieces of curved glass were used for the facade of the building, the largest volume of glass ever used on a high-rise building. The tower incorporates 90 floors, 87 elevated and 3 underground, with a total of 34 elevators placed throughout for ease of mobility. Construction began in 2012 with the pouring of concrete for the foundation taking place in 2015. Roughly 20,000 cubic meters of concrete was poured into the building's foundation and was done within a 49-hour period, enough to earn it a Guinness World Record for the longest continuous pour of concrete. Number 3 is Africa in Egypt, Cairo, and the skyscraper is the iconic tower. 3 years in the making, Africa's tallest skyscraper has risen in the desert, 45 kilometers east of the Nile and the center of Cairo. The iconic tower is a skyscraper in the new administrative capital of Egypt. With a total structural height of 393.8 meters, 1,292 feet, it is already the tallest building in Africa. It will have 77 floors, mostly for office use, and is one of 20 towers being built as part of the central business district in the new capital city. Construction of the iconic tower officially began in May 2018. The iconic tower itself will be the symbol and trademark for the new capital. It will show the seriousness of the government and the president to have a new capital with all the facilities. The new administrative capital, roughly the size of Singapore, is being designed as a high-tech, environmentally friendly city that includes a presidential compound, government ministries, offices, hotels, retail outlets, residential areas, sports facilities, schools and universities, a monorail, a giant park, and the 35-kilometer Green River. Built on an area of 65,000 square meters, the iconic tower, about half the height of the Burj Khalifa, will have 78 floors and 2 basement levels. This tower is anticipated to be completed in 2023. It will be Egypt's icon of hope and pride as it bullies the rest of Africa towers to its submission. Number 4 is America in the United States of America, New York, and the skyscraper is One World Trade Center, also called Freedom Tower. That is the centerpiece of reconstruction at Ground Zero, the site of the former World Trade Center complex. The building officially opened its doors in 2014, marking the culmination of a long and painful chapter in New York City's history, following the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001. Its height is 1,268 feet or 386.5 meters, making it the highest vantage point in New York City. Workers spent nearly a year removing debris and recovering bodies from the ruins at the World Trade Center complex site. The symbolic cornerstone of One World Trade Center was laid in a ceremony on July 4, 2004, but the construction was delayed until 2006 due to disputes over money, security, and design. The building has 86 usable above-ground floors, of which 78 are intended for office purposes. The base consists of floors 119, while the office floors begin at floor 20 and go up to floor 63. The tower has a 3-story observation deck, located on floors 100-102, in addition to existing broadcast and antenna facilities. To show visitors the city and give them information and stories about New York, an interactive tool called City Pulse is used by tour ambassadors. The admission fee is $32 per person, but admission discounts are available for children and seniors, and the deck is free for 9/11 responders and families of 9/11 victims. Much of the building's structure and the interior are built from recycled materials, including gypsum boards and ceiling tiles. Around 80% of the tower's waste products are recycled. Along with the protection provided by the reinforced concrete base, a number of other safety features were included in the building's design, so that it would be prepared for a major accident or terrorist attack. Like the 7 World Trade Center, the building has 3-foot or 91 centimeters thick reinforced concrete walls in all stairwells, elevator shafts, risers, and sprinkler systems. There are also extra-wide pressurized stairwells, along with a dedicated set of stairwells exclusively for the use of firefighters, and biological and chemical filters throughout the ventilation system. There are also extra-wide pressurized stairwells, along with a dedicated set of stairwells exclusively for the use of firefighters, and biological and chemical filters throughout the ventilation system. Number 5 is Australia, and the skyscraper is Queensland Number 1 or Q1. Queensland Number 1 is a 322.5 meter or 1,058 feet super tall skyscraper in Queensland, Australia. At 322.5 meters and with a roof height of 245 meters, Q1 qualifies as the world's 14th tallest tall residential building when measured to the top of its structural point, but is ranked lower behind buildings including Melbourne's Australia 108 and the Eureka Tower when measured to its roof height and highest inhabitable floor. However, according to the ranking system developed by the U.S.-based Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat, the main criterion by which buildings are ranked is the height of the top of the spire, qualifying Q1 as the taller. The residential tower on the Gold Coast was the world's tallest residential building from 2005 to 2011. As of September 2022, it is the 14th tallest residential tower in the world, the tallest building in Australia, the 2nd tallest building in the Southern Hemisphere, and the 3rd tallest freestanding structure in the Southern Hemisphere. The tower was designed by SDG and the Butchon Group, and its form was inspired by the Sydney 2000 Olympic torch and the Sydney Opera House. The concept was based on studies of wind, movement, and tension, in which a series of ribbons wrap concentrically around the tower's exterior and hover above the entry plaza area, providing cover and shade. The tension in the movement and free form are expressed by the gradual twisting of the aluminum-clad ribbons as they move around the building. Q1 was completed towards the end of 2005. Its main point of difference to other high-rise buildings in Surfers Paradise is its glass-enclosed sleek look.
For more informative videos like this, please share, like, and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.